and sisters, we got a massive night tonight. Tonight, the 15th of Shaban. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it a night that is blessed for every single one of us. When wallahi we're seeing the suffering around the world, we're seeing the pain of our brothers and sisters, when wallahi we need you guys to be on the journey with us. The MATW ambassadors, Brother Ahmed Basul is going to be joining us. You seen us live the other day. Sister Cindy, Sister Raz is going to be joining us as well. We want every single one of you guys to jump on, ask anything that you want. And also the live link below, and we mention this to every single one of you guys, the live link below gives you a chance to donate. These blessed nights, wallahi, these blessed nights where Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam used to prepare now for Ramadan time, whether it was giving charity, whether it was extra salat, whether it was literally any good deed that he could do, he would be doing it right now, and every single one of us need to jump on board. So please, my brothers and sisters, and an update to every single one of you guys who have been following us, 15 trucks entered into Gaza in Palestine, 15 trucks just yesterday. In the south of Gaza, we had another 3 trucks. So please, I urge every single one of you guys that are watching the live right now, we're waiting for the ambassadors to jump on right now, inshallah, because obviously it's Maghrib time, so I had to jump out. So prayed straight away, subhanAllah, then jumped on after Maghrib time, inshallah. So we're waiting for the ambassador to join us right now. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them as well, inshallah. They know it's the 15th of Sha'ban. So wallahi, this is a blessed night tonight, and we're going to be getting more information on how blessed this night is, inshallah. So waiting for the ambassadors to jump on. Let me get them on, inshallah. Let me join them. Allah bless you guys, the ones who are joining us from UK as well. We've got different brothers and sisters joining us from different areas. It's your bro Hamzinu. Allah bless you, brother Hamzinu. Who's going to be the first couple brothers and sisters that are going to jump on and start the donations for us? Who's going to be the first couple brothers and sisters that jump on and start the donations for us, inshallah? Live link below. Oh, we got everyone joining at the same time. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. How are you, champions?
Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
Which page did you guys join from? Sorry, so I could see, because we're trying to get Raz to jump on as well.
Pretty sure I'm on my page.
I'm on my page.
Am I on my page?
I think you're on the events page at the moment. Maybe.
Oh, I got the notification. I didn't see which account.
Yeah.
Okay, let me jump off.
Okay, inshallah. All right, brother Ahmed, if you want to give us an understanding, how are you, bro? How's things feeling?
Good, wallahi, Zach. I can't believe Ramadan is so close, man. Couple weeks, and then Ramadan's right on top of us, subhanallah. And I know probably you're in the same boat. We knew lots of people that were with us last Ramadan that they had no idea that was their last Ramadan, just another Ramadan. Ramadan came, Eid came, they went back to living their lives, and they're not going to join us this Ramadan, unfortunately. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless them and have mercy on them.
Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy. I wanted to ask you, everyone's talking about it, subhanallah, 15th of Shaban.
Good.
Any information, she's back, mashallah. Any information, anything that you can give to the donors right now, watching right now?
Wallahi, a lot of people know that there's 3 days every month. They're called the 3 white days. So they're the middle days, 14, 15, 16 of the month, where there's extra reward and extra blessing for fasting those days and doing good deeds on those days. And really, Sha'ban in itself is the month that Prophet Muhammad did the most good deeds, with only one exception, which is Ramadan. So Prophet Muhammad, his maximum good deeds was Ramadan, and very next spot on the list was Sha'ban. So that means he treated Sha'ban as a mini Ramadan. He fasted almost every day in Sha'ban. He was generous all the time, but he was extra generous in Sha'ban, and then maximum in Ramadan. So really, it is the 15th of Sha'ban, but it means that really, if it doesn't matter if we haven't taken the beginning of Sha'ban too seriously, it's okay. Let's look forward. Between now and Ramadan, we really got to stretch all of our worship muscles, all of our sadaqah muscles, all of our, man, I thought I was seeing double for a second there. I thought there was two. So we really got to stretch the muscles, like Zach, just the same way you would do before a rugby game. Get the body in pristine condition. Time to get the soul in pristine condition so that we can have an amazing Ramadan, inshallah. Assalamualaikum, ladies.
Walaikum salam.
Wallahi, as we're about to talk to Raz, I was actually so disappointed. And the reason why I was disappointed is that Soon as the ceasefire happened, wallahi, that the information that we're getting right now is that the donations have dropped. The brothers and sisters from around the world, and wallahi, for us, it just means, and for our brothers and sisters in Gaza, it means that obviously the emergency relief is going to go less, the food is going to get less. The preparation for Ramadan starts now, and we are talking about it the other day. Is the food isn't just going to arrive. So we got Sister Raz and Sister Cindy. You guys want to let us know, because we just asked Brother Ahmed, the 15th of Sha'ban. What's your message to every single one of our brothers and sisters watching right now?
I think especially on that point that you just shared, like as soon as the ceasefire it came down, it reminds me of like how we're also like if only, if only. It was like if there was more aid going in, we would donate more, we would give more, and blah blah blah. And as soon as the borders were like open, like more for aid to go in, even though MATW has been sending in like over 50, 60 trucks from the beginning, from the get-go, like 250 trucks over to date, like has gone in. Like the second there was more of an opportunity to do more, people just stopped and like got comfortable. And it reminds me of the ayah in the Quran where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is literally quoting the person in the hellfire, and he's like, please send me back so I can give more charity. And it's like we're always going to be like if only this and if only that, but it's like the opportunity here is now. 100% of your donations is reaching them. You donate a blanket is going to them. You donate a jacket is going on that child and keeping them warm and preventing them from dying because of the winter conditions. Right now, you can provide food and you can provide iftar so that families don't have to ask, Sheikh, is my fast accepted if I don't have anything to break it with? Like, these are the stories and literally live, like, struggles that are coming out, and you're just going to swipe away, even though you know you have the ability to help them. So it's just seeing that, and the middle of Sha'ban, less than 3 weeks, less than 2 weeks away from Ramadan, like it's crazy. Like now is the time to be pumping it. And honestly, like it hurts when we hear the news that the more good news come to us, the more comfortable we get. But they're still struggling every day. They don't have shelter, they don't have food. They're relying upon us and our donations.
So true. Sister Cindy, what's your
Yeah,
message
so
to our brothers and sisters?
um I'm like in a way like disappointed and sad just more for our Ummah, how everyone, just because there has been a ceasefire, everyone thinks that they're okay now. The fact that they're going back to their homes, but they're going back to literally rubble. They have to start from scratch. They got to rebuild their lives. But this is the time, this is the moment where they need you more than ever. They've needed you every single day since the crisis happened. Of course, but they need you now as well. They need you today. And the fact that the donations are slowly dropping, guys, that means we might not be able to look after all the 12,500 orphans we are already taking on. We may not be able to deliver all the trucks that we are sending through. We just delivered 20 trucks 2 weeks ago. We've just delivered another 15 trucks. What about in the next month? It's going to get down to 10 and then 5 because of the lack of donations. And a lot of people tend to forget that, this is the month of Shaban, especially on this blessed night of, what's it called? Laylatul Badr? Am I saying? I can't remember. I don't know if I'm saying it right. Please correct me, guys. You guys are the Bara. Sorry, Laylat al Bara. Bara.
How do you say it, Ahmed? Come on, bro. You got to
Help me,
jump in.
guys.
Phone a friend. Phone
No,
a friend.
she's
She's a
doing
revert.
really, really good. You got on the last one, mashallah.
The last one, Laylat al Bara, it's the night of forgiveness. We should be asking Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for as much forgiveness as we can, and despite if you weren't supportive or if you couldn't give as much as you can in the last 300 and who knows how many days now, tonight, ask for forgiveness for all the wrong that you've done. And, everyone, we're all wealthy. We are all have some sort of income. We all have money coming through. And people need to remember that this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given to us. He's giving us these blessings and these, and what also testing us to see what we are going to do. Are we going to keep helping our ummah? Are we going to, help feed the poor? Are we going to help provide food for the month of Ramadan? Like, people tend to forget these things now. Now that there's a ceasefire, it's like, oh, they're okay, they can fend for themselves. But that's not the case, guys. They need constant food, they need constant water. And now that the month of Ramadan's coming up, they're still, subhanAllah, they are still going to be fasting as they were last year while they were in the crisis. So this is the time where we want to provide as much iftar meals and community meals, masjids for all around the world for the people that are in need. So everyone, you know, Raz, she knows the, is it an ayah or a hadith to give every single day? If you can repeat that again, as like what we said in the video
Oh yeah,
yesterday.
about consistency. Like the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that the most beloved deed to Allah is that the deed that is consistent, like even if it's small. Be consistent. They need your consistency.
Exactly. Exactly. So be consistent every day, guys, because we are not promised tomorrow. And what you've given for yesterday was for yesterday. But think about today. If today was your last day, what good deeds have you done? What have you done to help our ummah? So even if you donate as little as $1, guys, just remember that every single dollar counts. So give for the sake of Allah, give to help our ummah, especially for the month of Ramadan coming up. So just under Sister Raz, guys, there's literally a donate button. Donate, it takes only 30 seconds for you guys to click on it. And even if it's $1, as I said, but I'm sure everyone can give more than just $1 to help our ummah in need.
Allah bless you all, inshallah. I can see the donations that are coming through. A couple of donations before we go to Ahmed, Sister Sarah, Namaz, Safa, IMDI, Savage. Man, you guys got some crazy usernames. I'm going to go to Ahmed now, inshallah. And wallahi, we're talking about this. You know, if we look at the time we're in right now, wallahi, we look at how long we've been with MATW. You've been with MATW for longer. And we think that we're leading up to this Ramadan. I honestly think, obviously it's in the hands of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, I think this is going to be the biggest Ramadan that we have witnessed, and I think the biggest Ramadan that we are going to witness. SubhanAllah, we don't know what's going to happen, but I feel like this Ramadan is insane. How many people are displaced? How many widows, literally, SubhanAllah, have lost their bread makers? How many orphan kids that are lining up? And this is just Gaza. Imagine around the world, we still have the Syrian refugees that we're looking after. We still have African kids, wallahi, in Togo that we're looking after. It's actually insane if you stop for a minute and think that how much pressure there is right now. Wallahi, it's unbelievable.
You know, subhanAllah, Zach, the opportunity that we have is something that for most of human history, it didn't exist. Like right now, any one of us or any of the beautiful people watching at home, you can literally donate food now. You can even pick what country. You can pick Palestine, Lebanon, Togo. You can go on our website. You can select anything, build a water well anywhere in the world. That ability to give sadaqah across the world for most of the human race didn't exist. For most of the human race, in the time of Prophet Muhammad, if someone wanted to give sadaqah, they would have to walk outside their house in the street and try to find a poor person to give them the money in their hand. That's the only sadaqah that was available at the time, subhanAllah. But now, listen to what Zach just said. We still have earthquake wreckage in Turkey. We still have Syrian orphans. And the situation in Syria, who knows? Allah only knows what's going to happen there. We still have Palestine, and people in Palestine going back to find 92% of homes destroyed. 92%. So only 8 people out of every 100, their house is still standing. And even if their house is standing, I've seen some really heartbreaking videos of people showing one day in Palestine sort of video. They wake up, they make a cup of tea, they look out the window, everywhere is wreckage. They walk down the street, everything is rubble. There's no cars, there's no traffic lights. It's just dust and rubble and just misery everywhere you can see. And they're going to the bakery to get a loaf of bread, and they're catching up with a friend, and they're stopping to pray at the masjid that half the wall is collapsed, but they're praying in the section that's still standing. And then they go home and they say, oh, that was a day in Palestine. And really, to what Sister Cindy very rightly said, the situation is not over. If anything, we have a magic little window right now for all the MATW project family all over the world to get as much aid over the border as we possibly can. Right now, while there's a little bit of calm, and who knows how long that calm is going to last if you've been following the news, but while we got a little bit of a window where trucks can go through, we have to do everything that we can, subhanAllah. And on the very last call that we had with Brother Sam, who manages our logistics and program delivery, the final number was over 330 trucks have crossed the border so far. It's been 400 and some days, 330 trucks. And you have right here, please do ask us questions in the comments. You have one of the brothers, Brother Zach, right here with us, who with his own hands, with his own sweat, loaded those trucks and watch them drive across the border himself. So guys, we have an opportunity to give sadaqah in a way that the human race has not had for 10,000 years, but we have it right now. You can literally, with a few clicks on your phone, build a masjid in Africa, send baby formula to Lebanon, send food and blankets to Palestine, and then turn off your phone and go to sleep. Subhanallah, what kind of pleasure is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala going to have with you if you do that, and then you say Ayatul Kursi and you go off to bed. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and protect you. Donate below.
Allah bless you, Wallahi. Amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, Ahmed. As you're talking, inshallah, the link below. Please, guys, if you struggle with the link below, we've got the website. We've got Launch Good. And if you want to see the impact numbers, we've got it on the website as well. You've literally got a whole brochure of everything that happens with MATW, Wallahi, daily. Sister Raz, it's a holy time, Wallahi. I know many brothers and sisters are trying to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Wallahi, I just met a brother today. He was feeling depressed. He was feeling sad. I'm going through gambling. I'm going through different issues. I want to come to the field with you. I want to do so much with you. What is your message? Wallahi, I feel like so many of us want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Charity is a means of getting closer. What can they do, inshallah?
I think especially with that, like people are going through so many, like the word is calamities, and like people are going through so many hardships and stuff. But do we forget that the Prophet ﷺ said giving in charity protects you from these calamities? Like how many other things could have possibly come into our lives and like really destroyed us and like broken us, but we were protected from it because of our charity. Or even going into the month of Ramadan, if you want to go into the month of Ramadan clean so you can get the most out of it, then giving in charity, as the Prophet ﷺ said, it takes away your sins the same way that water extinguishes fire. Or if your heart is hard and you're not being affected by the Quran and you're struggling to find khushu in your prayer, as the Prophet ﷺ said, if you want to soften your heart, then pat the head of an orphan, care for an orphan. Like all of these ways that you're literally depriving yourself from your sins being forgiven, from the elevation, from getting closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, from having a softer heart. It can be achieved through your charity and being more intentional through your charity. As you guys were speaking, all I could think about was how before Aisha radiallahu anha used to give charity, she used to perfume it. Like that's how intentional she was, because it was such a beautiful thing to do. It's such an honorable thing to do. But it's like we need to look at these people as our brothers and sisters. They are honoring us with helping them. We need them, and we need the opportunity of the rewards that come out of giving our charity more than they need us and the food and the shelter, and their lives depend on it. So if like they need it that bad, imagine how much more we need it. And it's like they have a right in our wealth, and it's upon you every single day to like detach yourself from your money and from what you love and from going out and having a feed when you're not even hungry, but just for a social activity, and like stop getting fat from all of these extra things that you are doing, and be more mindful and just take a step back and give it to them. Like that's what everything around like social media and like society and everything is like me, self-help, like feel good, or blah, blah, blah. What about helping others? Like you get the most beautiful joy from helping others as well. That's why even like non-Muslims and millionaires, like they feel good when they help others because it's essentially there. And so it's like come together as an ummah, and don't forget like their pain is your pain. Like as they're going through it, that should keep you up at night. You shouldn't see a child like crying from starvation and go to bed normal as if it's nothing. Come on. Like where is that? Like why doesn't it affect us anymore? Why have we become desensitized to it? It's in the heart, and we really need to be more mindful about it as well. So it's just
So
like,
true.
especially as you are preparing for the spiritual aspect of Ramadan and you want the most out of it, just be more intentional. Spray your sadaqah before you give it. And obviously we're not going to do that if we're doing it online through the click of a button, but you can take that step back and be more intentional and ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept it from you and ask him to bless it and put barakah in it. So just be more intentional, actually care about your akhirah and what you're doing.
Inshallah, may Allah bless the brothers and sisters who are jumping on right now. As Sister Raz is talking, Travan, Zabe, Sajat, may Allah bless you guys as well that have just put some donations through right now. Guys, it should be back-to-back donations right now. Literally, 15th of Shaban. There is literally no other time right now. Guys, we need to make sure that every single one of you guys are on right now donating. Sister Cindy, tell us right now, why is MATW so unique to other charities right now? So many other charities, may Allah bless them for the work that they're doing, every single one of them. What's so unique about MATW right now?
So if you don't know, guys, I am a revert. So me, when I converted to Islam, I'm looking. But first of all, I didn't know of any charity organizations. I wasn't doing anything, you know, good for myself, until I got the blessings of reading the Quran and understanding the value of life, and giving charity, to get rewards and blessings and to get closer to Allah. Looking for charity is, it's a hard thing. It's a hard thing to trust organizations, especially when they are not transparent and showing you, you know, what your donations are doing. And alhamdulillah, that's when I literally found MATW, guys. I did my research and it literally just tells you then and there everything. And then on the social media page as well, you can see everything what your donation is is going towards. You know, a lot of people tend to think on right now what we're posting, it's like old media because the quality is bad. But guys, the media that we are posting every single day, they are from the Palestinians themselves that literally sent it to us only days ago. But because of, you know, it's through WhatsApp and the quality tends to drop once you send it through and everything, that's why it is the quality, like that's why it is the way it is. So what we post every day, guys, is live media. It's live distributions of what our team is doing on the ground. They are working hard every single day to look after the 500 families in the north of Palestine, the 12,500 orphans that they are looking after all throughout the north down to the south. We are literally in 5 locations. We've got the areas there, guys. We tell you where exactly, you know, where our team is all throughout Palestine and around the world. We are literally in 30 countries. And, you know, when you want to do a Sadaqa Jariyah project, the best thing about MATW is the fact that they send you update reports every 3 months. They give you an update what, like, let's say building a water well. That's how I started with MATW. I started building water wells, and you know, every 3 months they'll give you an update, and then it takes about a year for them to build, and you get the final report. You get all the videos, and you know, you see the people, the community they're having, you know, feeling appreciative because, you know, they have easy access to fresh clean water. And that honestly, like, it really touched my heart, and that's why I continued on to donate towards MATW, because one, it's a 100% donation policy, so that means that every donation you put into it, you know, it literally goes towards the project. It goes directly to the people that need your help, guys. So what more better than to give all the dollars that you earn, that Allah has blessed you with, and giving it to the people that need your help. So that's the reason why I trust MATW so much. It's because of the transparency it shows, and because of the live update that they post every single hour of the day. And this, honestly, I trust MATW with my whole life. And you know, I'm a very real person. I'm very to the point. And if there was anything like that wouldn't show that transparency, or I was questioning, or I would question it, you know, I would always get an answer. But this, you know, it's always, it goes down to the transparency, of what, you know, they show you the distribution of what your donations are doing. So that's honestly, everyone, I know everyone trusts MATW in that same way because of that.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. As we're speaking right now, subhanAllah, new media is literally just coming right now from Gaza at the top of my screen, subhanAllah. That's why you can see my finger. I keep going like this to turn the notifications off. We're getting live media right now, 15th of Shaban. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless ambassadors, obviously, Brother Ahmed. Inshallah, maybe he can jump back on. But Sister Raz, we wanted to ask you, inshallah, obviously, the food packs. Ramadan time, there's obviously a lot of food packs that, subhanAllah, we're distributing and that they need it desperately. Especially, we had a video up of a widow in Gaza in Palestine, and she was raising her hands and making dua, saying, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless the ones that just donated this food pack. You know, what are the products? What are the products that you think is going to be critical right now in the month leading into Ramadan and Ramadan time right now?
I think definitely, like, we think that okay, Ramadan come, I'm gonna start on the beginning of Ramadan and start giving donations, but These people need iftars from the beginning. These people need food packs from the beginning. That's why the prep starts now. And it's like the beautiful aspect when you provide food and when you provide iftar, especially you can either provide iftar to an individual, to an orphan, give sponsor as orphans or an individual's iftar for the whole month of Ramadan. Provide a food pack for a family to be fed for the whole entire month of Ramadan. Not only do you get the reward of the fasting person, as the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, whoever provides food for a fasting person gets the reward of that fasting person. So it's like you're getting their reward of fasting and inshallah your reward as well. But besides that, which is like crazy because fasting is like one of the most beautiful things you could get rewarded for. So besides providing that iftar and getting that reward, one of the three people whose du'as are always accepted is the du'a of the fasting person. And just as Brother Zach just mentioned that one lady making dua for the people that donated that food pack, can you imagine the du'as that are going to be made for you every single night in the month of Ramadan from these people in Gaza or wherever you donate your iftar, and the du'as that they are going to make for you? So you get the reward of their fasting and you also get the reward of their dua. And it's and you get the reward of sadaqah and all that comes with. So it's like, why would you deprive yourself from that? It's so needed. It's so critical. I remember it breaks my heart, but I keep on remembering the quote that I saw on Instagram last year when someone in Gaza had to ask the Sheikh, is my fast accepted if I don't have anything to break it with? Like, come on, are you serious? As we have our table spreads of food, and we literally have so many leftovers, and we don't even know where to start, and we have too much food that we can't even fit it in. This is the questions that are being asked at the same time, and we can actually do something about it. Right now, you can donate and provide iftar straight from the get-go. Prepare our brothers and sisters for the month of Ramadan. Why should we have a comfortable one and they have an uncomfortable one? Why should we have a luxurious one when they have an uncomfortable one? At least make our uncomfortable and their uncomfortable as well. And we can, and you do have the ability to do it, every single one of us. But it's just a matter of like actually doing it and caring that much to turn that care into action, to turn the pain that you have into purpose. So really, really important, like food packs, especially this Ramadan, it's gonna go such a long way. But we want to start the donations now. We need to start the donations now so we can prepare it and send it in so that they're not deprived come Ramadan starts. The same time where you and I are having feasts every single night and having table spreads of like an array of choices. Our brothers and sisters had the grass and water last year. That broke our heart, man. So we really, really need to give and give from now and give intentionally.
Brothers and sisters, please, I urge you, wherever you are watching this live from right now, and we keep mentioning a 15th of Shaban, donations have slowed down. It's heartbreaking. Wallahi, we don't want to see donations slow down. Please, the link is below, a couple $100. We spare amounts on shopping, on food, on groceries. We literally go out and try to take our kids. We try to spoil ourselves on brands and things, subhanAllah. We just need to stop for a minute and make a donation, inshallah. Sister Cindy, I know you have been talking and going to different events, subhanAllah, in different communities and engaging with them. You know, everyone obviously is emotional about Gaza and Palestine, but I feel like this Ramadan, I feel like every time we say this Ramadan is coming always in the right time, every single time. And I feel like our hearts and us as a Muslim Ummah, we need it so desperately right now.
Our Ummah, like you said, they need it so desperately right now. And like Sister Raz was saying, we need to give the meals now. We need to give the food packs now so that when Ramadan does come, at least they have something for suhoor. At least they have something for iftar to break their fast with. That's what we want to try give. You know, I know everyone is waiting to give on Friday Jummahs. Everyone is waiting to give bigger donations during the month of Ramadan, but what are you giving now? What, you know, giving during Ramadan, of course you get extra rewards and extra blessings, but it won't make an impact until later on. So this is the reason why in this month of Shaban you need to give now so that we can prepare to give to more people during the month of Ramadan, starting from day one. But at the end of the day, it's not even just about Ramadan. They need food now. You know, these people cannot be waiting, and they need consistent and ongoing support because they don't have access to food, they don't have access to clean water, they don't even have homes. And they are literally rebuilding their lives as we speak now. You know, who knows what the situation will be tomorrow. So we need to give what we can, and every single dollar counts, guys. And I say it is because it's a 100% 100% donation policy. So if, right now, if like 1,000 people donates $1, that's literally $1,000. Do you know how much food boxes that can provide? Do you know how much iftar meals that can provide? And so much water as well. You know, last year, you know, it's such a big number. 27 million liters of water was distributed. It sounds like such a massive amount, but you know what, guys? That's all gone because they need water to survive every single day, and they need ongoing water to survive every single day until who knows when they'll be able to recover from this. So, you know, I understand that like if people are tired and, you know, they're not even seeing the recent news anymore because the social media platforms, they are trying really hard and trying their best to clear off all this media. They're trying to hide everything so that they can make you forget about it. And we can't, guys. This is the reason why we go on lives. This is the reason why we continue to do videos and stories every single day to remind you that they are still going through the hardship. They are still going through starvation and hunger, and you know, the children, they're not going to get their parents back. They're not going to get their homes back. They're not going to get a proper childhood back for who knows how long. So we need to continuously be there for them consistently and provide as much as we can, because once, you know, if people just keep stopping, we won't be able to fund all the orphans that we're looking after and the families that are relying on you. It's all because of your donations. It's the reason why MATW is able to help. It's the Gazans, it's the MATW team. They are Gazans, they are Palestinians themselves, working hard every single day from morning until night. They've lost their homes, they've lost their family members, yet they are still there to support the rest of the Ummah. They are doing the hard work. We are barely doing anything, guys. All we're doing is depositing money to get the rewards and the blessings, and have that intention to really help them, because Allah has blessed us with jobs and a salary. Money always comes and goes, guys. Just remember that. So giving in charity, it does not decrease in your wealth. And that's one thing we need to remember. And we are not promised tomorrow as well. So make your donation, guys. The link is literally just at the bottom. It takes 30 seconds to donate. Make your donation, guys, right now, inshallah.
We're waiting for a couple more people, inshallah, to make a donation. 15th of Shaban. We want to call out some names, inshallah. I want to call out some names. Please jump on. We've got 44, 50 people, and it's literally going up, and then it goes down, but it goes up and down. So, guys, please, the link below, run it up, inshallah. We want to call out some names. You can literally see when you make a donation. That's the amazing thing about the fundraiser. Obviously, we've got people that are jumping on the website as well. They can't donate. Sister Raz, inshallah, it's a busy period behind the scenes, inshallah. And you do a lot of community volunteer. You do, subhanAllah, pop-ups that are coming around. If you want to give us a bit of a rundown, anything exciting that's happening behind the scenes, or sisters, inshallah, give us a rundown, inshallah.
No, alhamdulillah. In Australia, we just had our sisters events, and now our brothers events are coming up as well. So if you're any brothers in Australia, we're coming to your state. So get your, or not we, like the brothers are coming to your state. So get your tickets and whatnot. Our team was just in Malaysia as well with Sheikh Bilal. And the thing is, like, all these events are beautiful and it brings the community together. But we have one underlying goal at every single one of these, is for you to remember our brothers and sisters. Like, that's the reason why, subhanAllah, MATW has grown so much, especially in events last year. And inshallah, this year it's going to be even bigger and better. And yes, the da'wah is at core. And yes, bringing the community together and benefiting and all of that. But our main focus is also to not forget, like, imagine you're gathering all these people to benefit them, but at the same time, you're also reminding them and reminding ourselves to not forget our brothers and sisters. And you come together and it's like 100 people here or maybe 1,000 people there. If every single event people did like 10, 20, 50 each, that's like a big impact that you make. And that's besides the da'wah benefits and the rewards of sharing, like reminders and that kind of stuff. But like, our main core message is like to not forget our brothers and sisters and to empower every single person who supports MATW with the autonomy that you can support MATW. This started off with Ali Banat's legacy, but whatever talents you have, whatever business you have, whatever opportunities you have, and Allah has blessed you with, use that for the sake of Allah. And I always use the example of my friend who bakes. I can't bake, I can't cook, like I can't do anything. I burn everything. But she bakes and she has a cupcake business and she donated a dozen of cupcakes to an auction, a fundraiser that we were doing, and it was auctioned off for a couple of 4 or 5 grand. And I was like, subhanallah, she used that skill that she had and she gave that for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded her and gave her opportunities through that because she used it for the sake of Allah. So if you have a business or if you have a skill or if you can do anything, use that for the sake of Allah. And that's what like these events are like, also giving people ideas for. And from these events we have someone come up to like, hey, I've got a burger shop business, I want to donate my day's profits to MATW to give to Gaza. I make dresses, I want to release a collection and have all of its proceeds donated. Like these are all things that every single one, and every single support of MATW, like MATW is here because of your donations and because of your support. But now we want to take it to the next level. Like you do more for Gaza, you do more for our brothers and sisters in need. Pick a cause that is close to your heart and give. And wallahi, every single person that has taken this initiative and done it themselves, they say, my business has so much more barakah. My life has changed. I had this opportunity. And all of this comes through the charity that you give, and especially when you're proactive with it as well. So it's really beautiful to see, especially at these events, like people come together and they get ideas and they get inspired. And it's nice to see that, because it's really sad for you to like go to an event and not be affected by it, not change from it, not learn something from it. So it's really beautiful to see. And you know, if you're a business and you want to get involved, or a school or anything, just reach out to our team and inshallah we can like make a real big impact together.
You know, one thing.
Inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reward Sister Hiba. Sorry, it's Sister Cindy speaking, guys. Link below, inshallah. Sorry, Sister Cindy.
No, good. I just wanted to quickly jump in before you like ask the next question. One of the things that I was mentioning when I was in Malaysia, especially, that actually got people to think is look, we may make it throughout the whole month of Ramadan, but we may not as well. And something, you know, not many people, they don't sponsor, you know, children, they don't sponsor communities or whatever. But the one thing I was really preaching on about was to at least for this month of Ramadan, try to sponsor an orphan. Sponsoring a child like an orphan in Gaza or an orphan that we support in the other countries, it gives them the you know, the meals a day, it gives them the clean water, it gives them the education and the psychological and their psychological needs. You know, sponsoring an orphan, this, you know, that, you know, so many had this of what the Prophet, may peace be upon him, has said about, you know, looking after an orphan, about feeding an orphan and help taking care of them. What more better than sponsoring at least one orphan for the month of Ramadan, guys? It's only $150. Look, that may be a lot to some, but at least, you know, try to save up that money. Try to, you know, like provide the means for a child, because that is a form of sadaqah jariyah. You're giving them the benefits that they need to grow, because these are children that they're still developing. They need to eat, they need to drink water, they need everything they can to grow up to be a person, inshallah, that will be so beneficial to this world. So try to do that, guys. Try to sponsor an orphan this Ramadan, or even a few. And subhanAllah, in Malaysia, many people were sponsoring orphans because of that. And at least, you know, this may be your last Ramadan if you make it through. This could be your last. Who knows how many people do you know that were here in the last Ramadan that are not here today? You know, Sister Raz has always said that. And that's been stuck in my mind now. Like, you know, I say this now too. We were here last Ramadan, but we still have 2 more weeks. We may not make it until the next Ramadan. So try to give what you can today and now to please Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to increase in your akhirah, inshallah.
SubhanAllah. So true, inshallah. We're going to get the last thoughts from the sisters, inshallah. And Sister Hiba was the one that just donated before. I wanted to say, subhanAllah, as you guys were just talking about last Ramadan, and wallahi, the brother that had cancer, his name, wallahi,
Ali.
Ali Farah, subhanAllah, Ali Farah. And every time I was on the field, wallahi, I met him, and then every time on the field, and we were mentioning this brother Ali Farah, subhanAllah, was homeless. He had cancer, he was fighting cancer, and he had a lot of things that were happening behind the scenes. He was struggling so much with leukemia. And then every time we're on the field, wallahi, every time we're on the field, just for those 2 weeks when he was able to go on his phones, he was literally on the phone and he was donating $5, $10, $20. And this is literally all he had. He was living off, say, $200 a week or so. And wallahi, he was one of the first ones to donate every time I was on the live. And I used to get so emotional. I was getting teary as I was speaking on the live because I had met him and I knew his situation, that he was struggling with money. But then I came to the realization that he's literally on the mission right now to see Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He had a similar mindset to Ali Bana alayhi yarhamu, and he knew that he's going through this pain, he's going through the suffering of cancer, but he wanted to donate, even though he probably thought that, you know what, this could be my last $20, this could be my last $50 right now while I'm fighting cancer. Subhanallah, man. So that thought came straight to my head. And I think to myself, you know, look how much we have right now in front of us. It's
Even
crazy.
on that note, I had lunch with the sister that you said, Zach, the sister who lost 3 children. We spoke with her today and we sat down. Inshallah, we're going to be sharing her story as well. But she lost 3 out of 5 kids and all at young age. And subhanallah, the more these people are tested with, the more their iman grows. And subhanAllah, you realize that their test is actually a blessing. And our comfort could actually be a punishment. Like the fact that we're so comfortable with everything that we have and we're holding so tight to it. How come these people that don't have anything or that they've lost everything, they can give so much? And that just goes to like show the situation. It's honestly crazy.
I don't know, and I know that sister's story, and it's going to be emotional.
Yeah.
You'd think to yourself, how is the sister still operating? How is it? How is her mindset in the house, subhanAllah? This is all through the barakah of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you have full trust, when you do things for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, when little things happen to us, we sometimes think to ourselves, you know, why is this happening to me? Out of all people, why is this happening to me? Why do I not have this in my life? But guys, please, I want you guys to have an understanding. More than 15 trucks entered Gaza just yesterday. More than 3 trucks entered the south of Gaza. From the north to the south, it's a crazy, crazy trip, and it's a crazy route that you have to get there. And our team took that route to get trucks there. We're risking our lives. Wallahi, they're risking their lives every single day. We want you guys to be on the journey. The live link is below. Inshallah, we're going to get some last thoughts the 15th of Sha'ban. Any last thoughts for every single one that's watching right now? Sister Cindy, and then we'll go to Raz, inshallah.
So guys, we may not wake up tomorrow. You know, we all think, you know, what's our plan for tomorrow? What's our plan for next week? What's our plan, you know, for the first few days of Ramadan? But have you thought about, what if I don't wake up tomorrow? You know, what if you wake up and you're in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, you know? What have you done that day to please Allah? What have you given to help in our ummah? What have you done in your whole life? Like, does your good deeds outweigh your bad deeds? That's what you need to think about, because we are not promised tomorrow. So give in charity, guys. Give what you can for the sake of Allah. And especially that MATW is one of the largest charity organizations all around the world. We're literally going to be in 17 countries for the month of Ramadan, providing iftar meals, community iftars, masjid iftars, and especially for Palestine, you know, helping all the orphans that we are looking after and the people, our team that's going to be working hard every single day to provide these meals with your donations. So guys, first of all, they need your donations now so that we can give more for the month of Ramadan. And two, we may not wake up tomorrow. We may not even make it until the next hour or the next prayer. So give what you can now. If you haven't donated anything today, guys, the link is just at the bottom here. It only takes a few seconds out of your 24 hours to make that donation. And even if it's only $1, guys, it's not going to break you. It's not going to, it doesn't decrease in your wealth. So give as much as you can with the intention, you know, that you have trust in Allah, that, you know, your donation will do good for our ummah, inshallah.
Inshallah, inshallah. Sister Raz, what's your last thoughts, inshallah, before we wrap it up?
SubhanAllah, we keep on saying like you could not make it tomorrow, it could be our last Ramadan, but that's like the general theme that we're writing off this year. Give like it is your last Ramadan, give like it is their last Ramadan. And we don't have to think like about people who was here last Ramadan but are not. Like think of how many children have passed away just in Gaza alone this year, like from last Ramadan. And now they've returned back to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And every single child is going to stand in front of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Is that child in front of Allah gonna be like, yes, this person and that person helped me and they donated and they cared about me and they showed their care? Or are you gonna be of the people where the child is gonna say, no, this person didn't do anything. This person had the opportunity. Like these thoughts like should send chills down your spine. The fact that these children that were here last Ramadan, that are not here now, and you say like, if only I could help them more, you can help them more. And it's as simple as clicking donating $5 iftar is straight into their bellies. Like it is that simple, but sometimes that's the problem because it's so easy for us. We take advantage of it. And so give, and also remember, like put this deep in your head and follow this with conviction and trust the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam when he promises you that giving in charity does not decrease in your wealth. If you really believe that, then it would show through the charity. There's another hadith where the Prophet ﷺ says that charity is sadaqa burhan, like charity is proof. And it goes to show like it's proof of how committed you are, proof of how much you care, proof of how much you believe the Prophet ﷺ when he promises this. Allah asks you in the Quran, who's going to give a goodly loan to Allah? A loan to Allah, Ya Allah, you don't need my money. But it's upon us to give it to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by giving it to the people. When you're donating, you're not giving it to them. This is ultimately, first and foremost, a transaction with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So it's like, really remember that knowing 100% when you donate, when you click to donate, whenever you give, your money is not decreasing. And really believe that. Like that's your iman right there. That's me believing what the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam said. Yes, I'm giving $50 right now. And yes, my bank account has decreased $50, but I know generally my wealth has not decreased because I gave this for the sake of Allah. So have that in your mind and do that every single day and keep that in the back of your mind. And wallahi, Allah blesses your wealth. And as Sister Cindy said, money comes and goes. But the barakah, you can have so much barakah in a little bit of money. And you can have so much money and it just goes. And you don't even know where it goes and how it goes. That's the barakah effect of it. So if you want more barakah in your wealth and you want your wealth to grow, you have to give it. How? How does that work? From Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's where the trust has to come in. That's where the taqwa has to come in. So really give, knowing that Allah is going to bless your wealth for your sacrifice.
So true, subhanAllah. May Allah bless you guys and thank you so much, inshallah. Sister Raz, Sister Cindy, Brother Ahmed Basso, wallahi, they've been on the journey for a few years now of MATW. They've been seeing everything. You're going to see them live on the field as well. Sister Raz around in the community, inshallah, very, very soon. Pretty much every day around in the community. Sister Cindy is going to be traveling from country to country, and she's going to be traveling with a crew this time. So may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy. These trips get insane. And inshallah, I'm going to be on the field as well. Guys, if you have any questions, brothers and sisters, if you have any questions, please DM us. Even if you DM Sister Raz, DM Sister Cindy, you guys will get answers, inshallah. DM the MATW page. We're on 24/7. And wallahi, this is your journey. This is your legacy as well. Jump on board. Please, please, 15th of Sha'ban. Prayers. Tonight, do some prayers. Do some extra Quran. Ask for forgiveness. Anything that we have, grudges that we have for brothers and sisters around us, wallahi, ask for forgiveness. And inshallah, keep our brothers and sisters in Gaza and Palestine in your du'as. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless every single one of you guys. Catch you guys all soon,
Yes,
inshallah.
yes. Can I just say one more thing, guys? Actually, before we jump off, if you want to make an impact this Ramadan, if you can do your own fundraiser to help our Ummah in need, and it can be for any amount that you think you possibly can reach. So please DM any of us, say that you want to help fundraise for the month of Ramadan to help our Ummah and to provide as much aid as we can all around the world. Please message us and we can help you out, inshallah.
Fundraise, inshallah, it's massive. And if you've got someone that you have lost, fundraise and do a fundraiser, water well masjid in the month of Ramadan as well, inshallah. All right, catch you guys all soon, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum to everyone.
Wa alaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.